Okay, here we go and share the learning on doing some lathe work to turn a block into a pen kit. I like to break it down into the 4 stages, and it is preparing the block, turning it, then polishing and assembly. So this is what I need for preparing the block. What's nice about the Penn State kits is they have real nice directions. This is the actual kit that we have in place. This is the wood that I've chosen, Buckeye, stabilized Buckeye. We'll see how that goes. And then we have a headstock to put it into drill and the drill chuck. And yeah, that'll be the preparing part. Get a snapshot of where we're going. We are going, this is for you, Rhonda, we're going to laser engrave when we get to the polish point, but that's yet to come. So, here we go. And I really want to emphasize the point that I am very much a beginner at this. This is probably the 5th pen that I have done, and I'm making one. I like to make them as gifts for friends, and this one I'm going to personalize, or attempt to. So now we get the plastic off of here, which is really put on here. I did make the mistake of measuring on the first time I attempted this a little too small, and that was a problem. So I'm going to make it 2 1/4 just to make sure. And then it's always nice taking the assembly apart. And you can just take the tube right out and make sure it fits. Okay, looking good. Now I take it over to my saw. Okay, time to cut. I have a glide saw. It's got a nice little light to show me where it's at here. I want to make it a little bit bigger because I can sand off exactly where I need to go, keeping my fingers away. And I can tell this wood is going to be a hardwood turning. This is really cool how this works. This holds the block in place, and I put it opposite corners in there. Tighten it down. Hope is that it gets it in the center. And then the chuck goes on this side. But the bit in the chuck and tighten it. And this is using the lathe tool. I will spin on this end and then slide in the middle, slowly drilling the hole. From previous times, I want, and especially with harder wood, I'm going to want to go slow. It's got a little wobble to it. That's very satisfying, actually. And the nice part is it went through, it's going to be a little bit of a wobble because it wasn't completely centered with the chunks on there, but we'll be able to clean it out and put it together. Now one of the timely spots that gets me in trouble, and I'm reading in the directions here, and now it's time to glue over the tube and insert the tube into the blank. So here is the tube. I have this little device to hold it, to push it in. Here's the glue, and I'm going to insert it in here, but I gotta get it in enough so that it goes all the way, not too far, and get it in there before it sets. And if you set it, if it's a little too long, then you get to do it all over again. So here we go. I'm going to use this little plastic back to tap it in there, and this glue sets fast. I was taught taking a coarser sandpaper and just give it, scuff it up this way. The glue gives the glue a better chance to make sure it adheres inside the tube. You don't want the glue to come loose, otherwise yeah, you got some things flying around. So here we go. Now we'll glue it. The end was plugged shut a little bit. Now we'll try again. There it comes. I like to put more on the end that goes in first, and then that way it pushes all the glue all the way in as I push it in from the beginning to end. Okay, here we go. Let it sit a little bit. And now give it some time to dry. I have a little bit to sand off on this end and a little bit there. Looks like it's good. I'm going to give it about 5 minutes to dry off before I sand the ends. Now I have this sander, and the way I've mounted it, because this is a temporary table, I took the clamps, support it so it can't slide this way, and it clamps in the back, and then I'm going to hold it as we get going here. I'm going to sand down until I get to the end of the barrel. I'm anticipating this will take a little while because it is a harder wood. And it looks good. Okay, continuing on the directions, it calls for a bushing set of a PKV ESBU, and this is the bushing set. And now the mandrel that I'm going to be putting it on is right here. But before, I just remembered I've got to clean this out a little bit. If there's any excess glue or anything, you can put it on the drill, or you can just do it by hand. It's pretty good, so that I'm pleased with. And this is what's going to go in the lathe. So this way we have these bushings, but we're not using those. We're going to be using our own. Just like that. And we slide in over the first one, come in over the second, and now we take this to the lathe. This way. Ha! Secure that. Tighten. Alright, tighten the bottom first. Then we secure the top a little bit and tighten. It's going to go at about 800 revolutions per 800 revolutions. I don't know, it's just what feels right. Okay, now we go. And it's going to be noisy. I use a mask just to be safe. I want to make sure to be around for a while. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's looking very nice. Now the part that I'm going to, that's new to me, is I'm going to take it off of the mandrel and laser engrave the saying that I'm going to share with Rhonda. Oh, this is my WAINLUX laser engraver that I got off Amazon. Super affordable. There'll be a video coming on this. This is how I've just kind of jerry-rigged it. I made a platform for it to sit on here. I need it to be level with the base of the WAINLUX, and now I'm going to program the saying and let it do its magic. Will be really interesting. The sanding kind of took the burn off of there, but it still is engraved, so we're going to start polishing from here. We'll use Mylands high build friction polish. Make sure to shake it well before using and printing it on the cloth. Let's take a look at it. Lettering, I don't know if you can see it, it's turned out pretty nice. Now we're going to let it dry and get ready to assemble. For the assembly, directions are pretty straightforward. This is pretty easy actually. I like to lay the parts out in order so that they're all ready to go when I push them together. Okay, here we go. First, I'm going to do the tip of the pen, secure it in the soft end of the assembly tool, gently push it in until it is secure and stopped. Like that. I'm going to widen it a little bit. Now I'm going to add this end so that the pen housing can flow inside. Same thing. Make sure it's straight and snug. Now the best part, although I do have to take off, there are little ends on each plastic protectants on each of them. And now we're going to screw it in. And what's really cool about it, you put it at a 45-degree angle, push it out, and whatever color is showing, it's showing red. And it should be red, and it should be pop out, and we should have black. Okay, well there we go. I'm actually very pleased with the laser engraving and how it lines up. It is just a nice grain. The Buckeye, I believe it is a pretty cool texture. There is some filling I will do for next one, but for this one it's just going to be character. There you go, Rhonda.